Hi everyone, this is Annette from AE Stamps Latte, and today I'm going to be talking about my recent card class I made. It's the Heart and Home Suite card class, and basically I decided it would be fun to make my next card class surrounding most all of the products in this suite. And I specifically was focusing on the Memories and More card pack, which has 50 cards in it that are 25 different designs, and they're double-sided. And then I wanted to pair it with the envelopes and cards. There's 20 of them in here. So this is what I use to base my card class on, and I made 20 projects using the colors and focusing on using these elements with these cards. And I thought that it would be, this card class would make great gift sets. So I've had this card class available. I started it last month, and now I'm ready to share the PDF. So if you are interested in the PDF, you can buy that from me for $14.50. All you got to do is go to my blog, and there should be a link there. But today I wanted to share the boxes I made to put the cards in this class into. So the people that bought this PDF from me already, you will be able to make these cards to put these cards from the class into it to give as gift sets. And since these make 20 cards, you can make 4 gift sets of 5 each. So I just love how they have the matching envelopes, and that's why I'm like, oh, these would be great for gift sets, because we always, you know, make cards, but then we use our white or vanilla envelopes. But I just love these. These are so cute. So that's what I did with my card class, and so I am going to show you, and I'm going to demonstrate one of the boxes that I made. So again, this is what I used, and let's see here. So the first box, it focuses on the smaller cards and envelopes, and so this is what I made. Isn't this just adorable? So I basically decided my color theme based on this particular piece right here, because this piece I actually did not use, or these two double-sided pieces I did not use. And yeah, you could put that on here, but of course I wanted to make it a little bit more feminine than that. I could have put this on Pale Papaya, but anyways, what I ended up doing was cutting this in half and then turning it sideways, and so that was my piece right here. And then I ended up putting a Pale Papaya cardstock scallop layer using the Stitch So Sweetly dies that are retiring. So if you don't have these, you may want to scoop these up, because I love these dies right here. Okay, and then I tied ribbon all the way around it so you could close it. The ribbon isn't needed to necessarily close it, but it does make it look pretty that way. And I finished it off with some of the classic matte dots that are in the suite, and I focused on the colors. So I pulled out Pale Papaya and Cinnamon Cider, and I accented it with Garden Green, which is the other color in this suite. So this particular one, they all hold 5 cards, so it's 3/4 of an inch wide. And this particular one opens like this, and as you can see, it holds the cards from my card class in there really nicely. So that is nice. And then I made the bigger one. I'm just gonna close this up. And that is the one that I am gonna demonstrate with you. So here is the bigger one. And again, it fits the envelopes and cards that are this size in there very nicely. And again, I used this bigger piece here because I did not actually use it in the card class, and probably I didn't use it. I tried to use most all of them is because, you know, this was just a little, doesn't match perfectly for me, so I didn't use it. But look what you can make with it to go with your cards. So I just wanted to show you, these are the ones that I used in my card class. So I use almost all of them except for a few of them. And then there is these really fun stickers that are in there, and I tried to use quite a few of those as well. So for this particular one, it doesn't open this way, it opens to the side. But before I open it, I just want to say, so this mesh metallic ribbon is perfect for gift giving. And I don't know where it is, but oh, here it is. It's just perfect. It goes around there really well, and it ties really well. So this is a fun ribbon to use with it because it matches the gray, which is in the colors. So I pulled out to color this one, and this is the big flower from the Blessings of Home bundle. I colored it with pale papaya and a little bit of pumpkin pie. And then I accented some flowers with cinnamon cider. And then I added the bees from the Honeybee. These bees are awesome, and they will probably look good on other flowers in our other sets that we have. So, and again, I finished it off with some of the gray classic matte dots. So I really like how this turned out. So it was kind of a blessing in disguise that I did not use that. So I have 2 of these, so I will be able to make 2 of these boxes. And again, it's 3/4 of an inch wide, so it'll hold 5 of the cards really nicely. And this one opens to the side like this. And then I've got 5 envelopes to show you how nicely it fits in there. So I have 2 gift sets ready to go, and then I have 10 more cards. They're not all, in my card class, they're not all specifically just using this and that. I do have a couple A2 cards in there, but they can go in here as well. So in the PDF, there was a few of those too. So anyways, I am going to make this box, and I am going to not make this exact same one. I have a flower that I colored, and it needs a home, so I decided I should use it. So this is what I colored, and I ended up not using it in the card class. And the other color that's in this suite is the Fresh Freesia. So I am going to use this and as my inspiration for the colors that I'm going to choose to make my box. So what we're going to need is a full sheet of paper, and this is the thick Whisper White, and then another half sheet, or a little bit more than a half sheet. This is 8.5 by 5 3/4 of an inch, and that will make our box that's going to be opening like this. So we're going to bring in I'm going to bring in my scoring tool. And with the big one, because I told you it's 3/4 of an inch thick, so we're going to be scoring at 3/4 of an inch on the long ends on both sides. Okay, and then we're going to turn it, and then we're going to score it again at 3/4 of an inch. And then we're going to go down to 5 3/4 and score it there. And then we're going to go over 3/4 of an inch to 6.5 and then score it there. And then for the second one, the top of the lid, you're just going to do 3 sides. So we're going to do 3/4 of an inch all the way around on 3 sides. Okay, and so that is all the scoring we're going to do. And now I'm going to bring in my paper cutter. Okay, and now we're going to, with the bigger one that does not have the scored end here, this is the scored end that has a flap, and this one isn't long enough, so this is where we're going to be adding this piece onto here. So we don't need these pieces right here, so we're going to remove that. So I'm just going to go to the 1/2 inch mark, and I'm going to literally remove from there. Oops, I didn't do it right. I did a half. And we'll remove it on this side too. Silly me. Okay, so that's all I'm going to do with that. Now I'm going to use my scissors, which is somewhere over here. Let's see. Here they are. Okay, and now I'm just going to snip these off. Or snip, I should say. Look what I'm doing. So I finished taking that piece off, and I'm making a flap here, and I am making a flap here, all on the long side. So I'm going to remove this on this side, and then continue on with my flaps. And if you don't cut them straight, when you assemble the box, you can kind of see, and then you can trim them then. And actually, I should have used my bone folder first, so, oh well. Not a big deal. Just makes it a little easier if you do it before you snip. Okay, so we're just gonna make sure we have got a nice burnished scored lines for our box. Okay, and so we're gonna be gluing that together like that, and this is the top flap that is missing the other piece. So we'll bring that in, and I'm gonna score first. Or I mean burnish. Okay, and then we are just going to do some snipping here on the two ends. Okay, so now we're going to, this is the top of the box, and we're going to glue that like this eventually. But before we do that, I just want to say, so technically you don't need to have, you don't have to waste all this paper if you had just a little bit. But I actually like the fact that even though this is thick cardstock, I do like the extra thickness it gives to make the box less, you know, make it more sturdy. So I kept it for my design of the box. So all we're going to do is we are going to then just glue it, lining it up like that. So I'm going to put glue on this piece here because it'll be easier to do it that way. And then just line her up. And this is basically what I did with the small box as well. So as you can see, that's what's there, but now I have this you know, thicker, you know, top, or it could be the bottom. So now we're going to assemble. So basically, I am going to put glue on each of these flaps here. And you can use whatever adhesive you want, but I think glue works better for this only because then you have wiggle room. You just have to be a little bit patient with it. And if you didn't cut it so straight, this is where you can do your trimming. And on this side, mine, we'll see if that interferes. I'm not sure yet. And so we're going to do the same thing. We're going to put glue over here and then glue over here for our top. And I want to close this so I can make sure that it looks, that it's closing good. Okay, so there is our box, and hopefully it will stay together for the rest of the assembly. Ta-da! Okay, so now, like I said, I have this flower, and I went through the bigger cards, and I didn't see anything I really wanted to use that I hadn't already used. So I am bringing in a piece of designer series paper that is exactly the same size. And I'm gonna be putting it on here, and I'm gonna do the exact same thing as my other box. So I have a Stitch So Sweetly white panel, and I'm gonna be putting it on here like this. And then I die cut in advance some little sprigs in mint. And so I have them here, and so now I am going to add them to the white as soon as I find my glue dots. Oh, here they are right in front of me, and put them on here. So I think I got to figure out where I want them. I think it goes like this, and maybe is it like that? These are so fun. These sprigs are just so cool because you can add them. There's so many. You can die cut all of them and then just figure out which ones you want to use. So that's kind of fun. Not really liking that much, so I gotta figure this out. Not that I'm a perfectionist or anything. Who is, right? Okay, I think I like that. So I'm just going to remove that, and now I'm going to add some glue dots and on my project. Okay, and one more. Oops, I did not get that glue dot, so come back. Oops, this one got a little injured, but that's okay. I think he's going to be covered up. Let's verify. Ooh, right on the edge. Let's get that fixed. There. Okay. And then we're going to put dimensionals on the big flower. I love this flower. It's so fun to color. And you don't have to color it. You could also just stamp it in the color. The paper that is in the suite is monochromatic, so it's kind of easy to be able to do that as well. And so we will put that on there like that, and then we will add that. Actually, no, we are not going to add that. We're going to add this to our box first. Now, I didn't do everything exactly as the one I just showed you in the cinnamon cider. When I was prepping, I didn't do everything. So I will have to add some other things to it, like the sentiment. Okay, and so now I'm going to bring in my fresh freesia ribbon. Okay, and we need to try this. It's about here. This one keeps sticking up. And then I will trim that in a few minutes. Let's see here. Yep, that looks good. Okay, and I'm gonna put a couple glue dots there to help it stay down. Just want to make sure it's in the middle. Okay, and now we can put this on there. I feel like I want to put this on with dimensionals, but I'm not gonna. Okay. Ta-da! We made another box, or I made a box for you. So I will post the dimensions on how to make this card on, or this box I should say, and the small box on my blog. So if you are interested in this card class, which why wouldn't ya? You can head over to my blog and you can buy the PDF that has a private link video for $14.50. Also, if you were to buy one of the bundles from me using my host code, then if you bought one of the bundles here, then I will give you the PDF for free as well. So thank you everyone and have a great day.